Tom, a very different sort of game, had plenty of chances, but frustrating not to be able to take them.
Yeah, pretty frustrated at the moment with the outcome of the game. I thought possession-wise, chances to win the game. The disappointing thing was, for me, when we actually got ourselves back in the game, that should have been a key for us to then really start to push forward, really start to dominate the game, and we basically went to sleep almost immediately after we scored the goal, and again gave up a really cheap goal. So that sort of stuff is frustrating. Probably in hindsight, better being frustrating now and hopefully try to fix it out by the time the Asian Cup comes around next year.
How's Ellie? How's Ellie Carpenter after coming?
No, she's okay. Look, we knew that that she was going to play a maximum of 45, and we told her that, you know, just to be careful, let us know, and she just felt that her hamstring was becoming a little bit tight and pulled herself off. So that, as I say, she was certainly coming off at half time anyway, but it was sensible for her to come off when she started.
Foul in her best position. She played out wide tonight and thought she looked very impressive in that position. Is that a role you think you'll utilise her more in the future?
Come on tonight again. She created things. Her passing was excellent. And as I say, I don't know what you can do about it except to continue to add on more and more time.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
We'll head online. Thanks to Paula. Yeah. Anyone online?
We do have some people online. No one's raised their hand yet.
Okay. Who have we got online, and I can call them?
George.
Can I jump in now?
Yeah, jump in, George. I can hear your dulcet tones.
Oh, dulcet, please, come on, Tom.
That was Anna. That was Anne that said that, not me.
Tom, I've just been at a thing to 100 days, a year to go to the Asian Cup, and James Johnson said we're expecting to have you in the April window against South Korea. I guess now that's confirmed. Where do you feel like you can see some improvement straight away from this team?
Well, you know, I think from this, there's a couple of things in relation to that. I think, as I say, going into this tournament, we didn't quite have the kind of preparation that you would want to have coming into this kind of tournament. So for that way, I think it was fair to expect our performances to be a little bit patchy, and that's exactly what happened. We also, during this tournament, made a lot of changes to the team, and that at times upsets the rhythm and the flow of your play. I think if you look forward to April, by that stage, all of the players would be back and would be playing in their competition. So there should be, in the preparation sense, our team should be better prepared for those games in April. But there's a few things that as a team and individually that we need to do better at this level.
Follow up, George?
Just on that, Tom, I guess now you've got it for another window, and obviously time is ticking, the number of camps are getting shorter and less available. Do you imagine you'll get any guidance on what kind of shape you'll leave the team in, whether that's how they set up to play, personnel, that kind of thing?
It's difficult to say, to be honest, because when a new coach comes in, he or she might have a totally different idea. I would assume that they would have already looked at the players, would have already some ideas about the majority of the players. and probably have a clear idea of how they actually want to play, how they want to set up tactically, etc. So for me, it's just continuing to do the job as I'm doing at the moment. And the reality is, you know, this is a team that predominantly have played a lot of time together. That you know, that I don't think, if I look at our game, I don't think our tactical structure is something that's cost us these games. There's other parts to our football that we need to improve on heading into next year. Now, again, I say that it's at this particular moment in the cycle, and I've had some experience with this. If you're going to go through some bad times, it's better having them now, where you've got time to go in and try and sort them out, than it is if this was a year in advance and we're talking about the Asian Cup coming up in a month's time.
You don't fancy throwing your hat in the ring once more?
Absolutely not, and you can quote me on that.
If you can let me know who's next, Paula. No one else?
We've been deserted.
Oh, Frances Howe. Hey, Frances.
Hi, Tom. I want to ask, you mentioned a lot about giving younger players and new players a lot of game time, but started with a fair older starting 11 today. Why did you decide to do that? Was that just to get people some more game time before they go back to clubs, or was that in response to a bit of criticism lately?
No, I don't make selections based on criticism. Mainly because I don't actually read it. So there. Look, it's a balance. We're bringing in some players that all sorts of players need to get game times in these games, and it's working out minutes and what we think's best, and keeping the balance of the team and making sure that the team stays competitive. So it's a whole combination of these things when we go into to select a team. And you know, if you look at the last two games, we made 4 changes. In the first game, we made 5 changes tonight. And then we made obviously more changes early in the game with substitutions. So, you know, there's only so much you can do. And I think we gave some players experience at international level, and we gave some players who haven't had a lot of game time, I think, some reasonable game time in these games.
Thank you. And we saw a lot at the beginning of the game, Ellie Carpenter sort of sticking to young Linda Caicedo. Was that intentional to try and stop that threat that she's got on that side?
Yeah, I mean, they've got 2 world-class players, Ramirez and Caicedo, and it was very important that we try to look after them as best you can. That's what you these kind of players, and particularly Caicedo, who's sort of has the ability to sort of linger on the left wing, and when play breaks down and in transitions, he's very, very dangerous. So that was certainly part of our pre-game talk and our pre-game tactics.
Brilliant. Thanks so much.
Thank you.